What's up, guys? I'm back with that Sunless Sea video that I promised you at the end of my Darkest Dungeon Stress video. This one is coming a bit sooner than I promised. I believe the time that I gave you guys would be 5 days from then. I think it's only been about 3, but I found some spare time. It's currently 2:53 in the morning, and I've been working on my programming homework for a good 2 hours. I just got back from work, my brain's fried, so I figured I'd go ahead and ramble and see if maybe someone was interested in hearing about Sunless Sea. This game is currently $19, I believe, on Steam. It's gotten overwhelmingly positive reviews, it's like a brand new game, not even a month. I think February 6th was the release date. And it's kind of shown as like a survival exploration horror type game with an over-the-top view of you going through this black sea that's like a mile under the surface, and there's all these crazy monsters and apparently pirates and all of this stuff. Whole lore of this game is that the capital is, I think, Fallen London is the name of it. London, pardon me. Forgot how to syllables. And apparently a fuckload of bats picked up London and dropped it into the Untersee or Untersee. I don't know if it's trying to be German or what. Friggin'. I mean, really, that's the most of it, and it's just this gigantic black ocean that the Admiralty of Fallen London pays you and other captains to go and explore. And it's like Darkest Dungeon and Dark Souls and all of those games where it's like, you're gonna die, you're not gonna make it through, blah blah blah, you will lose captains, and it's just one of those games that makes itself super hard to give it replayability, but it doesn't really, actually do that much for it. But, anyway, I'll go into all of that. Like I said, $19 on Steam, relatively new game. The first thing that caught me on this game was that the slogan of it is, "The sea does not forgive, and it will not forgive you," which is kind of fucking circular. I don't know, it's for some reason, the whole thing, that's gotten this game, its overwhelmingly positive reviews, is great writing, best writing, awesome storytelling, and then the tagline is, "The sea doesn't forgive, and it won't forgive you," fucking what? But skipping that was just one little thing that jumped out at me. We're just going to go on ahead and jump straight into the game before I start critiquing the writing and all that shit. You have the option of choosing a past or just going on forward without saying anything about who you are, and then later on you can talk to an officer and be like, "This is who I am." And what this does is it lets you pick a portrait, which is this up here. Until then your name is just Shadowed Stranger, apparently. But it lets you pick a portrait, it lets you pick what you were before, whether you were a poet or a war veteran or all of these things, and each one gives you a boost to one of the 5, no, we'll just go through those 5 real quick, one of the 5 little buffers that you have. Iron that does damage, you have mirrors that makes it so you can sneak away, pages that helps you get secrets, which is kind of like, I guess, not currency. Nah, I suppose they are currency. Secrets are just for everything in this game. You have veils, which kind of, that and mirrors are very similar, but they kind of also counter each other. Basically, mirrors helps you see people with higher veils, veils helps you avoid people with higher mirrors, and then hearts, which health and stuff like that. So in the interest of time, we're just going to go on ahead, past Wreath and Shadow, and instantly we're thrown into Fallen London, and go on ahead, go to the go to the story, and you pick one of these, go to London, and then this is where you get your quests and stuff. That's hire on more crew, Tomb Colonist, Admiralty, and that's me getting the main overall quest of it. Just go there every now and then, go out, visit places, get a report, come back, sell it to them, and they'll be like, "Ooh." And then see, that's... Alrighty, so we're just going to go on ahead and sit right out. Launch with E, going out. So, launching straight into my review while we do this, I'm going to go on ahead and warn you, immediately. This game is so fucking slow and repetitive. And I'm not trying to be critical of this, because I'm going to go on and tell you, I rate this game 6, maybe 7 out of 10. It's just so fucking slow. I'm moving at max speed right now. This is the starter ship, but getting a new ship is very, very difficult. And after upgrading my engine to one that was supposed to be way more powerful, twice as powerful, I don't think I was moving any faster, which maybe the engine isn't what you do to move faster. Jump into some combat real quick, fight the mud crab, whatever. But it's just, this is max speed, and when this is max speed, it's just everything naturally takes forever when you can't get to anything in any sort of like reasonable amount of time. And as I said, one of the things about this game that is supposed to give it like more difficulty and everything like that is that you die repeatedly. So when you're moving this slowly, when you're at max speed, going through this whole place, it's not fun to like repeatedly be doing all of that, just moving so slow through the same spots. And I'll get into repetition of this gameplay in just a moment. Show you guys pretty much what you do, pretty much all you do. You've already seen the combat. Jump into here, dock, Quaker Haven, go here. Oh, what's all this? Go. If you guys want to pause and read all this, I'm not going to sit and narrate the whole game. Just go through. Basically, what you're mostly trying to do is get reports, like this one here. And you take those reports, go back to Fallen London, and sell those to nasty glob of goo, you know what I'm saying? And then you sell them to the Admiralty, and the Admiralty just gives you more stuff to go and do. But honestly, that's all you do. You float around in your ship very slowly, go to places, talk to people. If you want, you read through all of that, and it's non-stop. It's like every time you press continue, it gives you another full page of exposition, and just expects you to sit and read each and every bit of it. And I mean, as I have mentioned in my other videos, I'm a writer. Like, that's what I enjoy to do. One of the main reasons why I play video games and everything like that is that my ultimate dream would be to write for a video game company like Anthony Birch does for Gearbox and something like that. Like, that'd just be great. So when I hear about a game that's supposedly the best thing ever because of how great its writing is, then obviously I jump right on board. But you know, I'm not playing a fucking text adventure at the end of the day. And when it's nothing but just page after page after page of exposition at one of the 90,000 islands that you go to, it just gets boring. Like, no one's going to sit there and read all of that. And on top of that, when you die over and over and over and over and over, as is the point of this game apparently, this map doesn't change. It just blacks everything out, gives you a fog of war again. Rona's Rock's still there, Quaker's Haven's still there, everything that's everywhere is still where it is. So you just go to the same spots, read the same exposition, just skip through it now, obviously, and just go through once you inevitably die. And if that place was all the way on the other side of the ocean and you need to go there, it fucking sucks. So that pretty much covers most of that, you know, the repetitive combat. I mean, all you do is circle them, try to keep them in your light, wait for... Oh, here. Can I kill that? Nope. I cannot kill that. Let us run forever. But, yeah. All combat in this game is just try to keep them in their light, pardon me. Wait until your gun fills up in the circle. Shoot. Over, and over, and over. Avoid giant. That, I've never gone near that. It's called Adam's Doom. Adam got fucked up there, so I'm not doing it. But, yeah, combat's repetitive, gameplay's repetitive, everything is extremely slow. You literally, that thing will kill me immediately. You can turn off your light to stop them from going after you. And I'll go after, I know you guys have probably been looking at all this up here. I'll go after that in just a second, but right now I'm kind of trying to get away from him. But to go through, you know, kind of go away from all the negative stuff, despite how much of it there is and how... Whoa. Run away from him. Despite how much of the writing there is, and despite how often you supposedly would have to read it, it is still very good writing. So, though there is so much of it, you know, it's not like page after page after page of really shitty storytelling. Like, it is very descriptive, very creative, like... Go ahead. I normally don't go this way. I normally just go straight or off, so I'm actually just going to see if I can buy supplies here and then keep going on. And I have no Echo. Echo is the money in this game, by the way. then I must sell some fuel. Fuck it, my people will starve. Alrighty. But, continuing on. The writing is very good, despite how much of it there is. That is a very fair point when people talk about it, but if that's all there is, it's like, why does it matter that much? Again, if I'm just looking for only good writing, then I'll just play a text adventure. Like, there's no reason for me to spend almost $20 on a game, constantly go through this super black area, repetitive combat, repetitive slow movement, and then that's it. I'll just go buy a fucking book if I'm looking for good writing and not doing anything. And you can't, the one thing about this that drives me fucking crazy is that you're going to encounter enemies that you're going to have to fight, or there's going to be rocks and shit. So you can't just numblock, walk off, and get a drink like you're playing World of Warcraft, Like, you have to stay here and make sure that you don't suddenly get attacked by a bound shark or anything like that. And it's just, I don't know, like, I need to dwell away from that, because I keep telling you guys about that. Another one of the things, like I said, it is a terror game. It is praised for its terrifying atmosphere, and I don't really get that. And this is coming from someone with a fear of both the oceans, boats, and the dark. So, like, this game is all three of my fears. And it doesn't really unnerve me, because it's so simplistic. There's so many menus, and yeah, you can get them to go away, but the whole heads-up display is rather crowded. There's a pyramid if you need it under the fucking ocean. But the whole scrambled my own thoughts. Whole heads-up display is very crowded, so kind of takes away from all the terrifying. There's all this stuff to read, and since it gets boring to watch your ship just lazily go through pitch black areas, it gets boring. Like, I personally can't get terrified if I can't even keep my eyes open to pay attention. There's been numerous occasions when I just go on my phone or I get a book or something and then continue on. But you guys can read this if you want. I'm just pressing go. Another one of the taglines of this game, as well as the sea doesn't forgive and it won't forgive you thing, another one of those is like, I can't remember the order, but it's like, lose your mind, eat your crew, die. And the whole thing with that is that it's supposed to be, your terror is supposed to get higher and higher once you're in the dark like I am at the moment, and then your food's gonna run out, and it's, you eat your crew. But it's like, it hits a lot. Like, the way it said that, it was like, oh, whoa, I'm gonna have to, like, eat my fucking crew, but you just get a little pop-up that says, your people are hungry, do you sacrifice some of the blah blah blah, and you eat a crew member, and you go forward, and that's it. It's just, this game, I don't want to say overrated, but it is not the expectation that I was given. Like, I worded that so wrong. I was given very, very, very high expectations of this game, watching YouTube videos, watching all that kind of stuff, and that's part of why I'm making this, because it's just like, if everyone is going to rate this game so highly, and this game ends up, in my opinion, not being that good, then there's so many people that have bought it, and then you're just fucked. Like, if this is the kind of game you like, I mean, doing only this, doing nothing else besides this, going all the way over there, all the way over here, exploring it all, dying, losing all your progress and going forward, if that's what you like, go for it. I personally enjoy playing my games, not just being there with my games. But, again, I would give it like a 6 out of 10, because the writing is great. It is kind of unnerving. It's not like terrifying, oh god, I'm gonna die, Dead Space kind of style. But it is like, oh, that's fucking creepy, what's that over there, oh shit, kind of thing. I can understand, like, sitting in your room, lights off, no one else is home, you're sitting here just doing this. Yeah, that'd be creepy. But who fucking does that? But let's go on ahead and go over these menus though, some of you guys. There's that. Hull, health, fuel, very expensive, goes away very, very fast, very obnoxious. Food, very expensive, goes away even more expensive, doesn't go away as fast, very obnoxious. Terror, I've never had any issue with this. You can see, I'll turn my light off, which makes it go up faster. It goes up so slowly, I've never had any issue with that, and I've gotten decently far in this game. I don't have like 90 hours of gameplay on it, but I've played this game enough to see that it's not quite the game for me. No, actually, I'm about to run out of fuel here, in which case, there you go. Done. So, literally not having the money to buy more fuel, you're fucked. Doesn't matter what you've done, doesn't matter how far you are, now it's game. Your only choice is normally this. Abandoned ship, maybe you'll end up back in Fallen London. Almost definitely not. Nope. So then, another captain gone, down. Cool. Pick one of these perks, or legacies, I think they're called. You just pick one of those. I pretty much always go for this one. And then the next person that you start off with is going to have that thing that you just picked then, whatever it was. There we go. Continue on. And now we go again. It's just, it's not like games like Dark Souls, and I know I always use that as an example. If you haven't figured it out yet, that's like my favorite game. But it's not like games like Dark Souls where you die, but you learned something, and now you can go back and do it better. Or you die, but it was a fair, understandable death, and I understand that I lost because of my own skill. It's, you die, you should have been able to afford fuel from whatever the fuck. Because if you're going to do a huge journey, you need almost like 10 fuel, which is a lot. It normally goes for like 20, that's 200, and that's a fuckload in this game. Like a new ship is like 1,000-ish, and that's fucking unbelievable. And that's one of the things about this game. It's so hard to progress. You know, I personally never feel like I get anywhere with it, because I'm always stuck in the same spot, sometimes literally, more often not. But I can't get a new ship. What is that? We'll kill that. I can't get a new ship. I can't, like, get any further. I'm just constantly going to the same dozen or so islands and not doing shit. It's just, I don't know. I really had high expectations for this game. The trailer of it is presented great. It's a game that is highly praised for its writing, which is like my favorite aspect of games. The lore of it is so shitty, honestly. Like, bats picked up London, dropped them in this crazy underground ocean that apparently no one has ever been able to find, despite it's like the late 1800s in this game, and I'm pretty sure at that point, I know we didn't have a lot of technology, but I feel like we would have found a gigantic, like, several hundred miles large fucking ocean, but disregard the plausibility of that. Bats picked up the capital of England, dropped it in the ocean, and rather than be like, yo, fuck that, everyone was like, make a navy. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't know how the lore can be so weak in a game that has supposedly got the best writing out right now. So, pick the game up if you think it's for you. Don't just take my opinion on it. You know, you can listen to plenty of people on YouTube yell about something. Don't take my word for it. Just don't make the same mistake I did. Look at a bunch of positive reviews and think, that looks awesome, $20 gone. Like, yo, I could have got IHOP with that, and that would have been such a better way to spend my money. So, again, I'm going to be leaving you guys here. The only thing more repetitive than watching the ship just go forward into nothing over and over and over is hearing me say that over and over and over. So I am going to go on ahead and head on out. The next video that I will hopefully be dropping towards you guys, maybe, if all things go according to plan, I'm very bad at planning, will be my Don't Starve video, hopefully. That's one that I want to put forth a lot of effort because of all of the games that I've reviewed so far, and I know I haven't really praised many of them, Darkest Dungeon aside, is that Don't Starve. That's like my favorite game. We're driving into Cthulhu's Rage. I don't give a shit. But Don't Starve is like my favorite game that I've got right now. So sharing that with you guys would be... Is this serious? That doesn't do anything? Driving dick first into that giant whirlpool doesn't do anything. Okay, that sums up the game. So, sharks will kill you in your giant steamboat. Undersea pirates will kill you. Mutated crabs. But the giant fucking... Like, what? I'm out. Y'all decide if you want this game. Don't get this game. Just don't get this game. Have a good one. I will see you guys with my next video. Spring break is coming up. Like, starts for me tomorrow. And I don't know if I'm really going to be sitting down that much and just doing this. I still work 5 days of it. I'm going to Disney 2 days of it. So, peace. Have a good one. Happy buying and whatnot.